Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys 10 products that I've been really enjoying. Let's start out in the foundation type category. I've mentioned this one so many times as being a favorite, but it's the Purito BB cream. This is the Cica Clearing BB cream to be exact. I have mine in the shade number 21. It's a really good shade match for me. It's like a gray toned type of foundation, which sounds a little bit weird, but I swear it's just like one of the best shade matches that works for my skin. I also really love this one because it covers up everything. So if I'm going to wear something where I might use 3 or 4 products for my whole makeup look, this is most definitely like 100% the base product that I'm using. It's just that good. I've gone through an entire bottle of this, and this one is almost empty as well. I've probably got about this much more in it, I would say. You don't have to use a ton of it, but you can really build up the coverage of this product. I just think that it's incredible. You can buy it on Amazon for about $10 or so. It kind of depends on the day, honestly. I feel like the price fluctuates a little bit, but it's about $9 to $11 or somewhere in there. And I think it's just really great. So once I use this up, I will likely eventually repurchase it. But I do have several foundations. I kind of just went through a foundation phase. I feel like I'm still in it. I'm trying not to buy any more, even though I really want a skin tint. I don't know. I feel like I love the idea of a skin tint, but I've never found one that works for me. And maybe it's because they don't have enough coverage. But I do really want to try and find one that works for my skin. I don't know. But anyways, on the complete other end of the spectrum, this is a pretty full coverage foundation. I've also been really enjoying this one though. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It Foundation and Concealer. When I first tried this, I did like it, but I wasn't 100% sure if it was a favorite. And I think the key to this is that less is more, like bold print, less is more. You really don't need a ton of this. If you do, it's gonna look so cakey and heavy on the skin. In my opinion, at least it does for me. But in my experience, if you just use a little bit of this and kind of spread it out over the face, or if you mix it in with something else, it also can be really nice. But again, just a little bit, and it's so much coverage, and just it looks really nice on the skin. And I also really like the tone of this one. I have mine in the shade Fair. They do not have a great shade range of this. This one kind of like, it works for me. I like the color of it. I like the undertone, but I would say that if I could get a shade maybe like a hair lighter, it might work better, but I do think that this matches my skin okay, especially when I'm using that light layer. Okay, I also have 2 mascaras to talk about. I mentioned this one from Tower 28 in my Get Ready With Me video recently. You guys had asked about some favorite products, so a couple of these are repeats from that, but I did want to mention them in this dedicated favorites video. So I really have been enjoying the Tower 28 mascara. I know everyone's talking about it, but in my opinion, it's for good reason. So the actual wand itself is a little bit curved, so it's really nice for getting, especially on the top lashes, and helping them curl a little bit better. I'll be honest, I feel like I don't pay attention to if my lashes stayed curled at the end of the day versus like in the beginning of the day, but I do feel like when I'm using this mascara in the beginning of the day and like getting ready, that my lashes look pretty curled. So I do feel like it looks really nice. This is very long wearing in my opinion. It does not flake or smudge or budge really. If you were to like jump in a pool or something, I'm pretty sure that this is going to smear and smudge. It's not a waterproof mascara, but I do find that it holds up very, very nicely. I feel like, for obvious reasons, if you've kind of kept up with my channel over the last couple of months, a lot of crying has been in my day, and I joke about that, but on a positive note, when I wear this mascara, I don't notice that it smudges excessively, within reason, because it is not a waterproof mascara. But for day-to-day wear, I do think that this is a really nice mascara. I love the way it makes my lashes look. It's not the mascara I have on right now. I kind of just like layered my makeup from today, so I've got a lot of stuff going on the face right now. So I don't know, it's not really a good judge of like, this is what this looks like on, unfortunately. You might just have to take my word for it, but it is a more dramatic mascara. I also really have been enjoying this one from LA Colors. This is the Biggie Lash Tubing Mascara. This is less than $5. I cannot believe it. My friend Diana sent this to me, and I'm so grateful that she did. This is what the wand looks like. And like the name suggests, this is a tubing mascara, which just means it's a little bit more water resistant. The mascara forms like little tube shapes over your eyelashes, and it also is really easy to remove with just warm water. So it holds up really well. Tubing mascaras are really great formulas, and they're also a really good alternative to a traditional waterproof mascara in my opinion, because while they come off with warm water, I would typically consider them to be more water resistant, because most of the water that we're trying to resist, like rain or a pool or even crying and tears, is not warm water. So I do feel like it's water resistant, maybe not waterproof, if that makes sense. But it is pretty easy to take off with warm water, like in the shower or something. You can just like lightly rub your eyelashes and the mascara will just come right off. It's really nice. I really like how this makes my lashes look. I liked it since the moment I opened it. Same with the Tower 28 mascara actually, which I feel like is saying a lot, because with some mascaras, I feel like I have to have them open for like 2 weeks before I really can tell if I'm gonna like them or not. But both of those I liked right away. I have been really enjoying this lip product from Maybelline. This is one of their Superstay Vinyl Ink lipsticks. I've got mine in the shade 35 Cheeky, and it's just a really, really nice lipstick. Part of me wants to buy so many more shades of this, so you do shake it up before you use it. And the beauty of this is that it's a shine lipstick that stays on your skin. It is so beautiful. I really love this color on my lips. And part of me thought about getting another shade, but I feel like every time I like a lipstick, I get another shade in it, and then I use that formula less. I don't know if it's in my head. I don't know if that's a problem or something that you guys notice a lot too, but I think as long as I can manage not getting another one, I'm just gonna stick with this one. But this shade is so pretty, and it does dry down, and it stays all day long. So it will stay through meals. It might not stay on for like 12 hours or something, but like if you have a 6 to 8 hour workday with nothing, like you're not eating something like super greasy, then I think it'll honestly last that long. If not, you might have to reapply it once throughout the whole day, like until nighttime. But I'm just so impressed with how long this lasts, because I typically cannot really wear liquid lipsticks that last a long time. I feel like they wear off really weird in the middle of my lips. I've got really dry lips, so I just don't feel like they usually work very well for me, but this one has been the exception by such a long shot. It's not even funny. I really have been enjoying this. So now I'm like really wanting more shades, but it's honestly just a really, really great formula. It's even stained my hand just from having it on that little bit while I talked about it. So hopefully you guys can just kind of see how good the staying power is. Another lip product that I mentioned in my Get Ready With Me video is this one. It's kind of random. It's not really like makeup, but it's okay. It's still a lip product, and I keep it with my makeup collection. So this is the lip balm from Burt's Bees, and it's in the coconut and pear scent or flavor. I don't really know what you call it. I just think it smells so good. I really have been enjoying this. I feel like Burt's Bees formula is kind of standard. This one I'm honestly just loving mostly because of the scent of it, but it is still nice. It's a nice lip balm. I feel like I don't have just like a favorite lip balm that's in a stick. Most of the ones that I found to be the best are like in squeezy tubes, but sometimes I just really want like a standard chapstick type product. They're just so much more convenient and easy to use, so I really do like that one, but I had to mention it because I think it just smells so good. Okay, we have a lot of pairs of things. I have two blushes to talk about. This one I have mentioned in the past about how much I like it, but I still have just been wanting to use it all the time. I have been kind of making myself use other products and other blushes because I just love this one so much, but this is the Buxom Wonderlust Primer Infused Blush in the shade Say Shells. I always mess that part up, but I love this blush. Again, this is another one of those products that's made me want to try other shades from it, but I really just like need to stick with the one. I don't know. You guys have to let me know. Are you like that where you want to have like 2 or more of every formula that you love, or do you try to just stick with one? There's something that I really enjoy about just having one shade of a formula that I love. I just feel like I reach for it so much more. So I'm really, again, trying not to purchase more shades, but I really like that one. Okay, I'm a little surprised that I like this so much, but this is the e.l.f. Blush Duo. It's in the shade Watermelon. Now, specifically, I really love the more like satin type blush versus this, which I guess is a highlighter, but it's kind of deep for my skin. So it's kind of like a blush topper, or sometimes I'll just use both of them together. but I love this shade right here. I think it's just really pretty on the skin. It's really natural. My friend Diana actually sent this to me too. So 2 of the 10 products were from her, but it's a very nice shade. Like it's really neutral, and I feel like it's kind of a chameleon shade because if I wear it with something more pink, I feel like it pulls the pink. If I wear it with something more peachy, it pulls the peach. But if I'm just wearing it on its own without like any eye makeup or any other like color, like a lip product or something that has, you know, a pink or a peach pull to it, I feel like it just looks very neutral. So I just feel like it's a really nice everyday blush. I'm kind of considering trying to repress it into a different packaging. It would likely just be the side that I really like because the pan is a little bit small. I don't love that, which is actually why I never picked one up for myself. But when Diana sent this to me, I was really intrigued by this colorway. So I have been enjoying it. And you can see I've used a little bit of the highlight, but most of my usage is in the blush, and I've just really been liking it. I also just don't love e.l.f.'s packaging a lot of the times, unfortunately. I'm just kind of over the cheap packaging that breaks all the time. I'm so glad that e.l.f. is affordable and accessible to a lot of people and that they have great formulas, but I just cannot stand, especially in compact products, when the packaging is just garbage. So I'm kind of considering repressing that, like I said, but I have a couple products that are already repressed that I need to use up to then empty the container again. So for now, it's gonna stay in the packaging, but I really do love that. And for the price, you just can't beat it. Okay, I think this is the last one that I mentioned in my Get Ready With Me video, but this palette from Viseart is so good. This is the Cashmere palette from them, and the packaging is a little bit weird. It took me a little bit of getting used to. So it has this little flap and then it wraps all the way around. You can kind of just put it however you want, and it is magnetic, so it will stay like that if you want it to. It has a mirror on the back, or like where the mirror would normally be. But when you hold it like this, it's on the back. So it's actually kind of nice because if you hold the palette, you can use the shadow and then flip it over and have just a mirror versus like trying to hold the whole thing at once, if that makes sense, and like hold the mirror up while being able to still reach into the palette. So that's just kind of a weird observation. Now that I'm saying that, it feels like a weird observation. So that's just something that I've noticed. I've kind of gotten used to the packaging, but it's just a little bit weird. But I really love these shades. Like I said, I did mention this in my Get Ready With Me videos. I just feel like this has every single shade that you would need. I really enjoy it. For me, it has that light cream matte shade that I love to use. It's got an inner corner highlight and just like a light shimmer in general. Several lid options, a deeper option if you want a liner or to smoke something out. It's just really, really nice. Very, very all-inclusive in my opinion. I feel like this would work for a lot of people. These 2 matte shades here are what I would consider like a transition type shade, and it's so pigmented. So if you have deeper skin, these are really pigmented, and I think that you could use them and be able to use them as a transition shade. And then if you have fair skin like myself with a light hand, you can also use these as a transition shade, or you could build them up to be a little bit deeper if you wanted to smoke out the look. I have to mention though, this shade here is so good. This is one of my favorite shades in my entire collection. It's like a silvery taupey purple, and it's just so pretty. I feel like the swatch doesn't even do it justice, but it is gorgeous on the lid. It's so like understated, but it's so pretty. These shimmers are a little bit more wearable of shimmers. So if you like something more glittery, kind of like the Glaminatrix Nearly Natural palette, those are just like super foiled and glittery. These are a little bit more subdued, but I still think that they're really pretty. And I also think that if you put them on over a glitter glue, they're gonna have a little bit more shine, especially that purple shade right there. I think it's so, so lovely. I really, really like that one. And then these 2 here do pack a little bit of a punch in comparison to some of the other ones. So I think it's a really great everyday palette. This is gonna be my go-to travel palette for sure. I took this on an 11-day vacation and used it almost every single day. So, well, I used it every day that I wore makeup because it's the only palette that I took, but I really, really enjoyed reaching for this one on that trip. And that really made me fall in love with the palette overall. Okay, the 10th product that is a favorite right now, this one's a little bit of an honorable mention because I have not used it as much as I would like to, but I can tell that the formula is so amazing and I just really love to look at it. So this is a new palette to my collection from Flower Nose. I really like this. I got mine in the shade 01 Stellar Sand, and let me just show you the outer packaging. Like, look how freaking pretty that is. I love it. So I just think it's really, really nice. It's a little bit bulky, but it's not like excessively bulky. It's smaller than my hand, but it's just a little bit of a thicker palette. But this is the prettiest packaging I have in my collection. It's gotta be. Look at this. I love it. I think this is such a pretty neutral palette, but it has so much sparkle to it in these two shades. This is just so pretty. Now, this is more cool tone than I anticipated. This taupey shade right here is cool toned. So if you don't like cool tones, this is not going to be the color story for you. I've actually been more into warm tones lately, so I think that plays a part into me not reaching for this quite as much. But I have reached into this several times for the light cream shade. I know a lot of people don't like that light cream shade in their palettes, but for me, it is a very staple shadow. And then the shimmer shades are just so beautiful. So I really like this palette a lot. I just really like it. And you know what? Even though I haven't used this one as much as especially the Viseart palette or some of my other palettes in general, I really enjoy seeing this on my vanity. And so in a kind of a different way, this has still been a favorite, if that makes sense. So I just wanted to mention that. I just feel like appreciating good packaging has been important to me lately because, like I said, I'm just sick of the packaging that breaks all the time and feels like it's gonna break. Some of them, like I've got this blush from Essence, and it's their Mosaic blush that I really do love the formula of, but I can tell that the packaging is about to break, and I just get irritated when I use it. I don't know. I just don't like when the packaging is just so cheaply made. Okay, so if you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed seeing 10 products that I'm really enjoying right now. If you did make it to the end of this video, I thought it'd be fun to let you guys vote on a palette that I will use in an upcoming video. So you can let me know like if there's a specific video you want me to use them for. Otherwise, I'm thinking I might do some sort of like a get ready with me, maybe a 3 looks 1 palette, something like that. So if there's something in particular you want to see, let me know. But these are going to be the 2 options for you guys to vote on. Just leave them in the comments down below. And then whichever palette is voted for more, I will use in that video. These are both throwback palettes, I would say. So the first one is the Huda Beauty, why did I just forget the name? Mercury Retrograde palette. If you want to see this one, be sure to comment that you want to see the Huda Mercury Retrograde palette. And then the other option is from Nomad. This is like my favorite Nomad palette. It is my favorite Nomad palette. This is the America's Parks palette from Nomad, and this is what the inside looks like. So it's a little bit more kind of grungy looking. Let me try and hold them up side by side if you're not familiar with them. So if you want to see this one, comment down below America's Parks or Nomad or something of the sort. And then if you want to see this one, comment down below that you want to see the Huda Mercury Retrograde palette. So Nomad and Huda. So whichever one you guys vote for, that's the one I'll use in an upcoming video. And be sure to let me know if there's anything in particular that you want to see with them. I'm down for any suggestion that you might have. I feel like in my break from YouTube over the last several months, on and off, that I'm just realizing I want to create the content that's just like fun to make. So it might be different. It might not be like what is getting all of the clicks right now, but I want to just make the content that I would want to see. So I hope that you guys are into that as well. And I want to include you guys. I just want to make sure that I'm also creating content that you guys want to see, because that's why I'm posting them, for you guys to watch them. So be sure to let me know which palette that you want to see in an upcoming video, and thank you in advance for voting for that. If you have enjoyed today's video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.